everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Mela, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a few tips and tricks on how I try to be a productive student. I hope that these tips and tricks are helpful to you guys, any of you that are currently studying. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get straight into it. So tip number one is a no-brainer. Actually going to your classes actually helps quite a lot. So making sure that you make time to go to your classes is really important, but I totally understand that there are some days where, you know, you feel sick or unmotivated, or the 9 a.m. class just doesn't sound like a lot of fun. You know, for me, I'm pretty much half asleep when I show up to 9 a.m. classes, so it's not always the best idea to go to campus when you are half asleep. In those cases, making sure that you're still able to get the content is just as important. Before I decide not to go to class, I make sure that the lectures for that class or whatever I'm missing out on is being recorded and will be up online later that day. And then that's how I'll get the content. Often lecturers or whoever is teaching the class will go into a lot more detail whenever they have time. So, you know, it's really important to make sure that if you can't make it to class, that you're still trying your best to get the content. Tip number two is something that I'm trying to incorporate more and more, and that is to summarize more and highlight a lot less. I've definitely fallen into the trap in the past of just highlighting pretty much everything because everything sounds like it's going to be important, when in reality a lot of the stuff you don't actually need to remember, and it just makes your notes look like a colorful mess. During revision, it just doesn't turn out to be the most efficient way to revise because you kind of just glaze over everything assuming that you're understanding it because it's highlighted or because it pops out at you. The amount of information you're actually retaining probably isn't as much as you'd like. But if you take the time to summarize in your own words, then not only will you have a lot less to read when you revise, but you'll actually understand what you're reading because it's in your own words and because you've taken the time to understand it enough so that you can write it in your own words. And I think that that is so much more efficient than, you know, just highlighting everything and not being able to remember anything. Tip number three is to get your timetable sorted as soon as you can. It's important to make sure that when you're organizing your timetable, you organize it in a way that will work for you. A lot of people might like to sort out their timetable so that their classes are spread out throughout the week, which is great, which is fine. Personally, I like to try and make all my classes happen at the start of the week, and I try and leave as much of my week free as possible. So I try and kind of group all my classes in the first couple of days, making sure that you also leave space in between classes every now and then to have a bite to eat or just to, you know, relax your brain for a little bit. That's also really important. Now, speaking of breaks, tip number four is to make your breaks on campus productive. Of course, you can have time to yourself or time with your friends, but I think that doing work on campus, I free time up at home to do whatever else I want. So for example, if you have like a 2-hour break, you could spend 1 hour or an hour and a half eating and, you know, hang out with your friends, just relaxing, and then spend the last half an hour or so just catching up on some notes or catching up on some readings, or maybe typing up a paragraph or something of your assignment. That way, spreading out your work throughout the day becomes a lot easier. And tip number five is to organize your weeks of the semester before the semester even starts. So this will give you a clear picture of what's happening for you throughout the semester. I'll draw up a table of all my units and what readings I have to do on which weeks and when my assignments are due, and this will give me a clear picture on how the semester looks like overall. This means that it's less likely that I'll forget that an assignment is due, and I'll remember to do my readings on time, which is really great and super helpful. Also, ticking or crossing off things that you've done is really helpful because it acts as a checklist as well, so you know that you've done this reading or that you've handed in this assignment. You can be extra organized when it comes to your semester. And that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful to you guys, or that you guys just enjoyed watching me ramble and try and motivate myself for this semester. But anyways, if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment and subscribe if you'd like. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!